What is up, crypto legends? Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Let's analyze the situation for Bitcoin. Will we manage to hold this range? Are we going to test Friday's lows, probably get a swing failure pattern, have a major bounce, or are we going to drop all the way down to sub $38,000? We are probably going to find out on this live stream, guys, if we are going to manage to hold this range right over here for Bitcoin, which is the low $40,000 levels. Guys, make sure to absolutely destroy that like button. I got some really good content for you today on this live stream, so share some love, smash up that like button here on your way in, and let's crack on, guys. There is some really good stuff that I want to talk about, of course, and more importantly, the technical analysis. We can go on the higher time frame and analyze the situation here. Just for any of those people that are new here or don't know exactly where we at on higher time frames, I'm going to go through that explanation right away before I go through the comment section. So we do know that this level at $49,000 was big level of resistance, value area high here from the Coinbase chart from 2021 and 2022. It was the level to sell some of your Bitcoin, get into a short position. We've been talking about this level for many weeks before reaching it. It was that crucial point to actually take some profits, sell your Bitcoin, get into a short position, right? And basically take advantage of this major level. It was that 618 Fibonacci retracement, okay? And we got that perfect rejection. Nothing more to say about this huge technical level of resistance, right? For all of those swing shorts, then maybe all of those people that are in a swing short position from this range, they are waiting for many weeks to see if we are going to come down to $30,000. Possibly in the coming weeks. It's definitely a possibility. I want to talk about why this could be a possibility, that we could go down to $30,000 range. That is obviously if we do lose the point of control here, looking at the Coinbase chart, which is sitting at 38.8. For the moment, guys, we are holding this range. There's no volume. This does look like it's on the verge of a major collapse because we have lost the value area low, but we haven't dropped with a significant amount of volume. We're just dancing around at this range. Could we just dip slightly beneath $40,000, hit some major levels of support, and get a huge recovery to claim that liquidity that is sitting, guys? It is sitting above $42,000. There is hundreds of millions of dollars of liquidations at $42,000, $43,000 area. So we need to pay attention, guys. Maybe we could get that fake out. Maybe we are just going to hold this range, getting all of those shorts entering the market, and then get that massive short squeeze to hit then the most important levels of resistance that are above $43,000. Now, if we do take a look at the chart here on Bitcoin, okay, you could arguably discuss that we are in a kind of a very dodgy distribution event, right? Where we have created during December and January 3 very disturbing peaks, right? Creating kind of that failed auction swing failure pattern from each single high created since the 4th of December, right? We can get this high right there. We tested that high and had a big major pullback. What happened with the next high? Well, obviously we got a failed auction. You had a massive price action to the upside, going all the way up to $49,000 and then failing miserably. I don't like this, guys. This is a clear sign that smart money are getting out of the market. Now, of course, a lot of people are expecting a drop right now. We are expecting a drop maybe to $38,000, $37,000, or maybe even $34,000. So there is a little bit of fear in the market at the moment. Oh, this is it. This is the top ETF. Sell the news. And what usually happens with this kind of sentiment is that you get that teaser. You get the teaser and then bang, you get a massive explosive move. And that is the moment you either want to get out, you want to, well, at least take some profits, right? if you're any longs or if you do hold some Bitcoin, you know, I would consider selling potentially some Bitcoin if we do reach this level of resistance that is going to be mentioned on the lower time frames. Yes, I am talking about $43.5 to $45,000 where the price could reach maybe in the coming days, right? Getting that teaser, oh my goodness, we're on the verge of a collapse, bang, you get that massive bounce. And that is something very, very similar that happened in the 2021 market cycle top. Okay, I'm talking about Q1 to Q2 of 2021, where you do have those three peaks in a kind of a distribution. You get the major God candle right over there, and then you're looking for a new low right there, and then an epic bounce. Okay, epic bounce that should be creating a lower high, because you have created technically here a lower low if that were to be the case. Now what happened here, very similar, okay, on price action of 2021, basically something very similar, right, where you get those three peaks right there, you get the movement down, you get extremely bearish, and you get an automatic rally, a rally that a lot of people do not expect, because you kind of, hey, we're losing this low, this cannot be bullish, this, you know, we are expecting a major drop. Then you get that automatic rally to create a lower high. Something very similar, not the same, but, you know, very similar, we could arguably discuss. So we're going to go through the lower time frame technical analysis now in the next coming minutes, so we can talk about, okay, the possibilities on Bitcoin. First of all, let's go through the comment section. There is no volume, no volume on the microphone or on the movement down. Yeah, I think you're probably talking about this movement down. There's very, very low volume, okay, very, very low volume. We're still forming those bullish CVD divergence, okay, looking at most of the exchanges except for Bybit, because I don't know what happened on Bybit yesterday. There were people longing like crazy and, you know, forming those massive bearish CVD divergence. Very, you know, it was like, you know, hey, you guys that are longing right over here, you know, you're going to get liquidated. This is insanity. You're getting absorbed by much larger players that are likely going to take this low. We've got a big major drop, okay, in between, you know, early this morning, basically liquidating a lot of people from Bybit. So looking at the rest of exchanges, though, we can see that we are forming from the lows here from Friday. We are technically creating higher lows right there. The consolidation that we're forming during today in between, you know, $40,400 and $40,800, right, or $41,000 if you wish, you know, with these wicks, it's kind of getting absorbed, right? We're getting a lot of selling pressure on most of the exchanges here. And this consolidation is telling me that, you know, there is some absorption going on here. So the possibility of holding this range of the low $40,000 without taking this low, let's just leave it as it is possible. Maybe this low is not going to be taken, guys. This is why it is kind of worth the chance, because the risk to reward can be very, very good. And trading is all about risk to reward. It's all about managing risk. I know that a lot of us, me, you, watching this live stream right now, are in fear. This low is going to be taken. You know, we're just a few $100s away. Come on, it just has to be taken, right? I think most of us think that this low has to be taken, right? Maybe it is not. Most of the people are usually wrong. So what if we do not take this low? All of the shorters ready to take profit here at the low for it to be taken, and then we get the epic short squeeze without taking that low from Friday. It is definitely a possibility. That's why it is definitely worth a possible long position right over here, just because the stop loss is insignificant. It is such a baby stop loss that it is definitely worth the chance, because if we do get that rise here and start a major rally to claim that liquidity above $42,000 at $43,000 plus, then obviously you are looking for a very, very good risk to reward, right? It's like, I like to talk about peanuts, right? I know my moderators, enjoy that, but basically you know, I will risk 1 peanut here, possibly to gain 5 peanuts, you know. Keep it that way, right? And obviously then when you're looking at dollars, then yeah, $100 to gain $500, or you name it. It's all about worth the risk to reward. If I get stopped out, I know it was a pretty good plan. I know it was a good plan. Whether it gets stopped out or not, it doesn't matter. It's all about having that good risk management, guys. So remember always, risk management is the #1 thing in trading, okay? It ain't psychology and all of that, you know, falaba. It is risk management. You need to manage risk. Of course, if you don't manage your risk, your emotions are going to go through the roof because you're probably risking too much and you're getting very emotional. So look at it as peanuts, guys. Peanuts. We need to risk peanuts to gain a few more peanuts. And then obviously if you lose a peanut, who cares? You know, I got more peanuts in my peanut bag. So that's what it's all about. Legends, Dlee, how are you doing? Moon Boot Boy, Aditya, hello. 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓, how are you doing? Where is he? Hi legends, how are you doing? Thank you very much for joining. 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕, what's up my legends? 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕, also check out 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕's channel. He does technical analysis every day and he's actually one of the coaches in the legends community providing spot on technical analysis. Shout out to you 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕. Moonboot Boy, how are you doing? Thank you Seb. Mark 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕, I can see you in the comment section. Mark 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕 has to be one of the legendary, moderators out there. He's a moderator on several crypto channels. So I feel very lucky to have him on my channel. Shout out to you, Mark 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕. Thanks for joining the live stream. Let's go right away. Yeah, we got those peanuts ready. Smooth TA, Crunchy Profits. Thank you very much for the kind comment, Nick. Is 69 actually your favorite number? My goodness. Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, we'll leave it that way. Guys, let's like the live stream. Absolutely destroy that like button and let's go and crack on with the lower time frame technical analysis. Smash it up, guys, for the algorithm. And there's not really much to say here. Okay, we've been talking about this on a video update on yesterday's live stream. We on the verge of taking these lows, right? It's like, come on, hey, market ain't gonna recover from here, without taking those lows. Come on, it's just we're just a few $100s away. Come on, let's just take those lows and then possibly create that swing failure pattern, or possibly just dump here with a massive sell-off, all right, to much lower levels. But you know what is disturbing? Usually highs and lows are a major target for traders, basically, right? It's a major target. So anybody that has been shorting during yesterday, during today, they will not want to collect profits until that low is taken. This low right over here from Friday is kind of, come on, let's take all of those profits exactly at that low, right? So we're kind of waiting for that low to be hit because most of the people take profits at highs or at lows, right? It's just a fact. What if we do not take those lows? Just like the bounce that we had yesterday, right? You're looking for hey, come on, let's see if this high is going to be taken, right? And then that high is not taken, you get a major drop. Okay, then that means that this low is going to be taken. Whoop, then you get the rise. And then as we do know that we got a bunch of liquidity here above $42,000, you might get that sharp, massive short liquidation event. That is very, very possible, right? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. I want lots of peanuts, says Ali Sal. No, but it's a good way to look at it, okay? Because, you need to have very good risk management, risk small percentage of your capital and be consistent, right? A lot of people want to make massive gains, double their account in just a few weeks. And, you can do that, no doubt, but it means that you're over-risking. BTC dominance is rising, but BTC price is going down. Yes, sir. Bitcoin dominance doesn't have an influence on the Bitcoin price. It just tells you if there is more people in Bitcoin or more people in altcoins, right? You got the yeah. I got the Dutch Diamond membership. That is correct. Mark 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕 being a moderator for over 2 years easily. Your trade's still open. Yes, it is. I got a trade open. I got the stop loss beneath the low here. And, you know, if it does get stopped out, then it is what it is. I'm happy to maintain this stop loss because the risk to reward is really good. If it gets stopped out, we create a swing failure pattern. Now, in the next coming 15-30 minutes, I'll be happy to re-enter a long position here on the live stream if that were to be the case. And if it just breaks down to, you know, sub $40,000 and continues, then no trade to be taken, right? I said, you know, on the latest video updates that for me, this really is not a trade zone, okay? It's, you know, relatively simple to understand because I'm very much aware that the move to the downside can be pretty sharp. And a lot of people that are breakout trading, you might think, wow, we're just going to lose these lows and get a huge major drop. And you're moving down here, you know, for any of those breakout traders, right? You're going to have the long positions, such as myself, getting stopped out, and then shorts entering the market possibly beneath this low. Or, you know, get a swing failure pattern and get a massive recovery after that scenario, or get a major drop, okay? But you don't really know. It's not a great zone to get into a short position or a long position. So inside of this red box here that I do have in between $40,000 and $38,000, for me, it's a no trade zone. But why? Because if I am long in here, okay, on the drop, expecting a swing failure pattern, I would only long above the low. So if we do get that recovery, you know, as we recover above the low, that would be my moment to get into a long position. And I would not get into a short position, okay, into a short position just in case it does create a fake out, right? A swing failure pattern. So, you know, there's two scenarios here in this zone. You either get a massive drop here, losing all of this gap of volume. There's just basically no volume till $38,000, to the low $38,000. Not really an interesting zone. Can we speculate that it's going to create a swing failure pattern based on a daily naked point of control? When we do take a look at the 3rd of December range, okay, we've got a little bit of a consolidation at this area, leaving us a high volume node, right? Round about the 39,500 to 600 range. That is where we do have a high volume node. Could the price drop, you know, $500, okay, $600-700 beneath those lows, and then get the epic recovery? It is possible. Could we speculate on a long position at that daily naked point of control, right? We got a kind of an order block right there. We got a nice consolidation from the 4th of December, right? It's just big, nice consolidation, leaving us a high volume node. Could we get that bounce there and create an epic swing failure pattern, right? Very, very possible. If you want to get in at the lowest level possible, you know, I would say that claim that daily naked point of control from this area, right, from this consolidation. If you do kind of recover from here, you could get a pretty nice bounce. That would be for sniper traders, okay? You would kind of have to be ready for that level to be hit with a massive wick and bang, sniper trade as you get the wick recovering above that 39,500, 600 range, right? It's a bit of a risky one, but you know, the only way to play this is bang, you wick beneath it, get in, stop loss, and then, you know, this could be a really epic bounce. So no doubt that the risk to reward, you know, compared to your stop loss can be pretty good. It's kind of worth the chance. I prefer the price action to get the drop, you know, if it continues dropping, no major reaction, you know, and then get to a major level, okay, and get into a range. Then this is where I am going to be trading. Once we do start creating a range, then we got some major levels here to trade, and it's much easier, no doubt. You know, for me, these volatile moves, they are really a stay away event, right? I stay away from these volatile moves up and down unless I am in a trade already. You know, I will not trade inside of the volatile move because it is dangerous. We do not want to do that. Yes, you can make huge gains, but you can also get absolutely wrecked if you are on the wrong side of the market. Right, let's go. continue here with the comment section. Whales assemble these type of YouTubers. Noman, what's going on? Do you have a problem? Are shorts being absorbed at the moment? Yes, that is correct. Based on CVD divergence, we can see most of the exchanges are actually creating much lower lows on the CVD, right? We are still creating a higher low on price action based on Friday's lows. So there is some absorption going on, and I like this absorption. You know, in the case of the long setup, you know, will I be wrong or not? Well, it doesn't matter. I have very good risk management, so it doesn't really matter losing a couple of peanuts, because, you know, I will be right tomorrow or on another trade setup. But I like this consolidation. You know, this for me is, ooh, you know, there is some absorption going on here, right? You know, a lot of exchanges are massively selling at this point. And, you know, if they're not careful, I don't know where their stop losses are going to be, but we got the liquidity heat map to see that, you know, they could be very much at risk. There is there's hundreds of millions of dollars, okay, above $42,000. Can Bitcoin get that recovery in between today and tomorrow without taking that low of Friday? Maybe yes, maybe no. I will be ready if we do take that low here and get an instant recovery above it to speculate in another long position, because overall we got some series of lower highs here that I do think that the price could bounce to, right? It's very possible, and I know that the risk to reward is going to be very good. So, you know, I will be making 4 times my stop loss, or even 5 times, right? If I'm, you know, looking for 43,500 plus. So anyway, November 2024 is to watch out for. What for? November of this year. Is November of this year to watch out for? Well, what we do know is that we do have 91 days till the Bitcoin halving, guys. It's really not much of an event. Nothing happens on this day. Usually nothing happens. You know, it's just a price shock that happens after several weeks and months after this event. Okay, it could be in between 6 and 12 months where the price should get a pretty nice increase, because there's going to be less Bitcoin in the market, right? So there is a few things, guys. I want to talk about a few things, you know, based on some information, some data, and I want to talk about, you know, the liquidity, the US net liquidity. In 2024, 2025, there should be, you know, more trillions of dollars in net liquidity in the US. We know it's an election year this year, and usually election years, we get, you know, the money printer go, brrr, you know, print a few more trillions. You know, it's an election year, and usually you get more liquidity. So is the US net liquidity, you know, gonna pump a few $1 trillion in between this year and next year? Well, that usually gives a good increase on stock market and also Bitcoin and crypto in general, right? So could it be possible we're just getting a little bit of consolidation here during, you know, 2024? Are we going to get that pump here? I think it is definitely a possibility that we could get a few $1 trillion printed, right? And obviously that is good for stock market and Bitcoin and crypto in general. If we do take a look at the stock market, we just hit another new all-time high today. So S&P 500, an absolute beast. It is pumping. We created another all-time high today on the S&P 500. So yeah, it's in price discovery. Sky is the limit. Could we reject here in the coming days, get back beneath the all-time high here from 2022? Well, time will tell, but as long as we're above here, this is still bullish, and we are in price discovery on the S&P 500. We'll see how 39,600 reacts. Yes, very true. We got a naked point of control right there. High volume node from the price action here from the 3rd of December. It's an interesting zone here where the price could possibly get a reaction and a bounce. So we'll be eyeing that level right away here. Maybe on the live stream, maybe this live stream, we're just going to see the price action still continue sideways here for the next coming minutes. I mean, we have been trading for several hours here in between $40,300 and $41,000 basically, right? Yes, it is true that it is forming lower highs. So it's like, yeah, I don't like this. You know, I don't like it. It seems like, you know, you're just going to finally, you know, get those lows taken, right? It looks quite bearish. It looks, you know, bit of a descending, you know, it's just creating lower highs basically, right? So we shall see. We shall see. It does look like we could get that leg down finally to claim the lows right there. Happy to get stopped out, but there is some absorption going on here. You know, you just need one fat finger, you know, selling tens of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin and getting into and create that drop, right? So should show Andy some mad love, smashing up the like button. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mark, for your insane support as always. Also, Moonbootboy and Aditya, moderators here, sharing their love. Let's go right away. Shall we take a look at some altcoins, guys? Shall we create a poll to take a look at some altcoins? I'm gonna, you know, take a look at a few altcoins here. Hey, thank you very much, Mark Dutch, for the memberships. You're absolutely insane. Shall we take a look at some altcoins? Legends, let me know. Get those altcoins in the comment section and let's analyze the situation. Shall we take a look at Chainlink? Shall we take a look at Ethereum? Let me know, guys. DXY is a chart of interest for me, okay? I love DXY. I love, you know, trying to analyze if the DXY is going to get a major drop or a major bounce. We've been talking about this level here the last few weeks in December that, hey, you know, this value area low is going to hold. You know, it's just likely going to hold. It was the value area high from 2015 to 2022. I was talking about this likely scenario that we could be creating a higher low. And, you know, we did actually get a significant bounce here since the last week of December, you know, and the first few weeks of January. It's been in a small, lower time frame uptrend, and Bitcoin's major drop, you know, did actually happen here during that time where DXY was actually pumping. So a lot of people might say, yeah, DXY, you know, it just has nothing to do with Bitcoin and the market in general. And it does. It does have a very much a negative correlation, guys. And we need to always pay attention to the DXY. And what is happening with the DXY at the moment, it has broken a major downtrend since, you know, October, November, December. It broke that lower high resistance, the downtrend. And funny fact is that we were talking about this many weeks ago. Hey, pay attention to the DXY because the DXY was in a very large bearish structure since October of 2022. That was the top here, the local top. And we got into a massive bearish structure here for around about 9-10 months, right? Till July of 2023. And what happened here in August and September of last year is that we broke the bearish structure with a major rise, creating a higher high right there on the DXY. That means one thing: it has a high chance that it could create a higher low at this point. And, you know, this is basically what is happening right now. You know, we are holding this major zone on the DXY, which is that 100 level. And that's also based on the value area low that has been created during the price action of 2022 and 2023. So we've been screaming here for this value area low to hold many weeks ago, guys, and it, you know, did actually get a significant bounce while Bitcoin was getting a drop, right? So you can see that negative correlation. Let's go right away and take a look at some altcoins, legends, right away. Very important that we also take a look at some altcoins, which are altcoins that are having volatility today, where we can find, you know, a major opportunity to get into a trading setup. Oh my God, I think I won one of the gifts. Absolutely, N-Star. Welcome to the community. Right. Let's take a look. Ethereum, please. I got a lot of Ethereums here down below in the comment section here. So we're going to take a look at Ethereum, I think. Many Ethereums. There's BNB also. Let's take a look at Ethereum. A lot of Ethereums here in the comment section. Let's go right away with some pure technical analysis on Ethereum, because Ethereum is getting close to a huge major level of support, guys. Why is it a good support level? Well, when we do take a look here at the consolidation, right, or well, not consolidation, the uptrend, basically the bull cycle from 2021 and also price action of 2022, we take a look at these major ranges, right, where we do have the highest volume node, and the highest volume node of 21-22 is exactly at $23,000, $2,300, okay, and 2,300 basically, right, to $2,330. That is the point of control here based on the Bybit chart on Ethereum, right, from 2021 and 2022. We had a major resistance at that point, guys. You know, we cannot say that, you know, look at this guy with these random levels on the chart. You know, he has no clue what he's talking about. Well, you know, the price did react to that level during the last couple of months, November, December. We did, you know, we were getting resistance at that point of control, right, from 2021 and 2022. Blasting through just here. On the 10th of January, Ethereum got a major leg to the upside. Now we're getting that nasty pullback, okay? We're getting a nasty pullback. So, hey, if this level did act as resistance, point of control 21-22, shouldn't Ethereum find a base at this level, right? It would be nice to see Ethereum's price action, okay, in the next coming days, right? We're looking at Bitcoin. We're a little bit worried about it dropping, but this zone is no doubt very strong support for Ethereum. We got a major drop here during yesterday and today, okay? Very nasty drop from 2,480, okay, down to 2,350, okay, just in between yesterday and today. So you might think, hey, isn't Ethereum forming a really nice descending wedge kind of structure right there? And we are going to pop here to the upside. I am interested here on Ethereum to hold this range. We got the value area high from the price action of December. When we do take a look at the range of December, value area high is exactly where we have that point of control of 21-22. So you could arguably discuss that, you know, if Ethereum does try to get beneath this level and starts going sideways, creating that range of test the lows with very poor breakdown, we can speculate that, hey, this range is holding like a beast and we're looking for Ethereum to get a huge major bounce, right? Would I enter a long position right now on Ethereum? Might be your question. Hey, it looks pretty good. We're forming a little bit of a consolidation on the lower time frames. It does not look bad. I like it. It's going a bit sideways. You can definitely speculate here at the lowest levels that you are testing, okay, for a long position, right? I mean, this is the best way to manage your risk very well. When you're hitting, you know, you're getting close to a major level of support. You're looking at the lows, right? You're looking at the lows to see how that breakout is going to react, okay? So yeah, you test this low, you get a major bounce. You're testing this low, you get, you know, they're not very solid breakdowns, are they? So, you know, you can always speculate already on a long position as you do not manage to lose that low. Tight stop loss beneath the low. I mean, the recovery could be absolutely insane, right, in the coming days. So let's look a little bit at what we're looking at here on Ethereum, right? No doubt that Ethereum is getting close to a major Fibonacci level. When we do take a look at the pivot low here of the major drop, you know, there's two levels here to take a look at Fibonacci. It's the low here, massive wick to the downside from the 3rd of January, right? We got 618, which is sitting slightly beneath point of control of 21-22 and the value area high of December. Major zone here for the price action to definitely get a reaction, hold, or get an epic bounce. We also do have, right, pivot low from here to the pivot high. This is where we are sitting at the moment. So you could arguably discuss, hey, this is the pivot low that we should take a look at because this is where the pump starts. Yeah, I could agree with you. So, I mean, this is where we're currently sitting at the moment, the 61865 from this pivot low on the 8th of January, right? From that pivot low to the pivot high, you know, we are getting a bit of a reaction at the 61865. Maybe this is the level where it's going to bounce, right? You're kind of waiting for lower. You're waiting for that 2,330, 2,300 range, right? And maybe this was actually already the low, right? The 618 Fibonacci from this pivot low. You are forming a very, very corrective structure here on Ethereum, right? You're like in a descending channel, right? Wedge kind of structure, right? You could arguably discuss, oh, it's breaking down. It might be a fake out, and then the price is recovering. Because no doubt that this is very impulsive and this is very corrective, right? It's moving down slowly in waves during the last few days, and it looks very corrective. So can Ethereum hold this level? It's kind of a fake out of the descending wedge and then get the rise in the coming days. Absolutely yes, guys. It is up to you to learn how to manage your risk. Like I said, on lower time frames, you can definitely speculate on this little, you know, sideways momentum that has been created today to actually get into a long position at the lows, managing risk, because this could definitely get a pretty sharp recovery, right? Looks pretty good. I like this sideways momentum here on Ethereum, so you could definitely speculate on this recovering, you know, from this point. Looks pretty good. Let's go right away. Continue with the comment section, guys. If you want to trade one of these altcoins, you know, Bitcoin or Ethereum, most of the altcoins that we are talking about here on the channel can be traded on Bybit. Okay, if you are an experienced trader, you can manage your risk. All right, you don't care about getting stopped out on at a little loss, you know, losing a few peanuts. Well, you have Bybit, of course. Bybit is my favorite #1 exchange where I've been trading for over 4 years right now. I had no issues with them whatsoever. They have total transparency with the funds of the traders. And right now you do have a competition going on at the moment where there is over 1.7 million, okay, 1.7 million US dollar tether as a prize pool. So if you are in Bybit trading, might as well join the competition. You do have that link down below in the description, okay? You got the sign up link where you do have 20% fee cut. I have a lot of people talking about the fee cut, you know. Hey, that's amazing because a lot of people are moaning about the fees on exchanges because they are quite expensive, right? If you do get stopped out, you know, at break even or a slight loss, it's like, hey, they took a lot of dollars out of me, you know, because of the massive fees that they have. But I also got 2 questions today from people asking me about, you know, taxes, asking me about profits. What do I do with my crypto profits? And you do have a great option here. And that is, okay, a lot of people might, you know, hey, how can I change to euros? You know, in the case of Europe, where you do have the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕. I have been using the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 here to actually get my profits, deposit it on the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 because I also have my own IBAN number, okay, to deposit my euros. And here is where I can basically have fiat, okay? Anybody that does not want to have US dollar tether, because I don't want to have it in crypto, not even on stable coins. I want fiat, but I don't want to withdraw to my bank account. It's so easy to use the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕, guys. You have to check it out. You have also the direct link here for the 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕, and it's, for me, the easiest way to withdraw my profits and change it to fiat currency. Check it out, guys. It is here, 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 link down below. Just because I do get those questions, you know, what do you do with profits? I'm worried about tax, you know, putting it in my bank account. You know, hey, you can change it to fiat and not put it in the bank account. And 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 is, you know, a great option. Hacienda somos todos, says Moon Boot Boy. Yeah, Zeb. Yes, that is totally true. We want to stay away and aware of the tax man. There are ways to do it, and I'm not afraid to talk about it here on YouTube. Anyway, Andy, looks like we're creating a wedge on the 1-4 hourly time frame. What is that? Is that on Ethereum or is that on Bitcoin? We can analyze that situation here. Why not? Let's take a look at that here on Bitcoin, right? Are we forming a little bit of a wedgie structure here on Bitcoin? You could arguably discuss that, yes, it is a bit of a wedgie kind of scenario, right? Bit wedgie structure here, no doubt. I like it. Could we sweep up those lows, guys, and create a swing failure pattern? I mean, there's no doubt that that is a possibility. There's two types of traders here that, you know, if the price action does break out here, right, and gets above $42,000 or $43,000, there are a couple of traders here. You know, no doubt that the price can drop down to $38,000, maybe in the next coming minutes on the live stream. This could happen. It's a very, very, you know, we're on the verge of a major level, like I explained on today's video update, right? It's the last range of volume that we have from December. No doubt that we can lose this level and have a major drop. Would I enter a short position here? Absolutely not. I would rather enter a long position, you know, and speculate that it could get that rise, you know, to get to $42,000 and even $43,500. And there are two types of traders here. There are the aggressive ones and the conservative ones that are like, you know, I am going to wait till this low is taken to get into a long position. And what could happen here, as we are having some absorption, right, based on the CVD bullish divergence on most of the exchanges, there are people selling at this point. They are getting absorbed. People are selling here, expecting that the Friday low is finally going to be taken so they can take those profits. But, you know, there is some absorption going on here. You know, the market does have a chance, you know, market makers to, you know, get a massive pump out of nowhere. And that is what you could speculate on. So like I said, you know, there's two types of traders here. The ones that have very good risk management, get into a long position, stop loss beneath the low. I don't care if I get stopped out here because, you know, the risk to reward potential is over 5 to 1, right? So we need to get stopped out. Stopped out is part of the game, right? I like getting stopped out. It just shows me that I'm managing my risk very well. There's the other type of trader that is, I don't, you know, hey, come on, we're just a few $100s in taking this low. It's going to be taken. Come on, you know, I ain't getting into a long position before that low is taken. But then, you know, what happens if the low is not taken based on bullish CVD divergence? What if you're getting absorbed here with massive long limit orders and then you're going to get that massive move in the coming hours, you know, and then you're getting the move here very, very quickly above $42,000. Well, obviously that trader was scared. You got a scared trader, you know, that probably is not entering a long position because he's risking too many peanuts, right? You're risking too many peanuts, and this is why you're not entering that long position. So, you know, it's like I said, there is some absorption here going on, and the consolidation is pretty massive. So yeah, talking about this descending wedge, right? We've got those lower highs, we've got those lower lows here. We're counting that low here from the 12th of January, sorry. Could that low be taken and you're getting supported from those lower lows, right? And then you're creating that swing failure pattern, you know, and then you're possibly getting that breakout of the descending wedge to claim that liquidity that is above $42,000 and even $43,000, right? Could that be the case? Absolutely. I mean, there is some significant liquidity building up here above $42,000. Look at this. I mean, there's hundreds of millions of dollars. Could we take the low first? I am willing to risk, okay, and speculate that maybe, you know, that low is not going to be taken. Of course, this ain't even, you know, a quarter of what I would risk, okay, because I do know, okay, that this low can be taken. Of course I do know. I would rather risk more on the swing failure pattern, right? Claim that low, drop to 39,600 or whatever it needs to hit, right? Recover from this low And I would rather risk more than what I'm risking now, because I know that this low is, you know, it's just a few $100s away. It can be claimed. So I'm risking a little bit less than what I would usually risk on a trade, just because I know that this low could be taken, right, before actually getting a pump. So like I said, you know, I would not enter a long position as the price is beneath this low, beneath the Friday low. We come down here, really not interested in getting into a long position, because the drop can be epic, right? I ain't going to be that guy that's like, oh, getting into a long position, adding to position, right? I used to do that many years ago, and I got broke. I got burnt by doing that kind of trading, and I would just rather wait for the price to see if it is going to get the drop and then form a new range, right? And then once you form that new range, you know, there's so many different levels where you can trade, because this could either get an epic drop or it could get an epic recovery. So it's just like, it's a no trade zone for me. Okay, until we recover from Friday lows, right? So can we take a look at Solana? Yes. It's not collapsing. People taking profits. It is all it's called a correction. All it's called, it's a correction, says Tiffany. Yes, absolutely. Let's go right away here through the comment section and go. We are going to cook the short, says Nino. I'm willing to speculate on that for sure. You know, thanks to some some tools that we do have, we know that there is hundreds of millions of liquidity right there. Okay, so it's like it's kind of pretty obvious, right? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean that liquidity needs to be hit right now. We might go down to $38,000, even 37, and then get a major recovery there, you know, in the next coming days. But maybe that liquidity will lower, right? Because a lot of people that entered shorts, you know, probably are taking profit, and then liquidity is going down, or maybe it's going up. Maybe people are not taking profits. We're just gonna have to take a look at that data in the next coming days. Let's go right away. Shall we take a look at here at Solana? Let's take a look at Solana. I got a couple of Solanas here in the comment section. Let's do a full review on Solana analysis to see, you know, what would be the best chart here for Solana. Let's just go with Binance. Ooh, let's go with Binance here. We've got a bit of a very, very choppy descending channel right there. Not a big major successful breakout from lower highs. Very, very choppy. No volume at all. Very, very choppy. Still in a very large corrective move. You know, still creating lower highs. Solana is still very much entering at a very important level of support. This zone, looking at the chart here from 2022, this was an epic level of support. And yes, I am talking about the $80 range. Price was building up in a, you know, ascending wedge, ascending wedge here, just testing. We got massive demand, higher lows right there on Solana. And it did get resistance at $80. This was back in December. You know, we did get some resistance at $80 based on a massive support resistance flip. However, the demand was stronger. We were creating insane higher lows in December, tackling that $80 level. So, hey, what is going to happen in the coming days? You know, are we going to manage to range sideways at the $80 range to know that this level is holding, right? Because what we like to see on the chart, guys, is a level of support reacting, seeing the selling pressure getting exhausted, and knowing that that level is holding. How do we know this, right? Let's just go with basic stuff, because this is what I love talking about on YouTube, right? Basically, I know there's a lot of people very advanced, but there's a lot of people also that, you know, are learning and they want to know basic stuff. So when we got a massive drop here, okay, back in 2022, you know, we can see a level that was holding, right? It hit the low, came back down to the low, you know, and going sideways. A low was holding here very, very nicely. So this, you know, that this level is very likely going to get a bounce. And this what would be, you know, this is what would be the ideal thing on Solana. Hold that $80. Have a few tackles, you know, hit that level, you know, go to $75 if you want, but get a reaction, you know, go and hit it again, you know, and realize that that low is holding. The $80 range is holding in the next coming days. That is the moment you want to say, hey guys, you know, this is looking pretty good. And this could get into an epic bounce in the coming days after that level holding. Of course, it's a matter of being patient and realizing that that low is holding very, very nicely. This was an epic support level back in 2022. And this was actually a few months, January, February, and March. Okay, so, you know, I would like to see several more days here of this range holding. Still in a very, 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 very sharp lower high, you know, downtrend here. Still in a very, very sharp corrective move. So, yeah, would rather be patient here on the case of Solana. If you want to get into any scalps or any day trades, well, obviously, it would be nice to see this low being taken, right? What happens when these lows... I mean, it is going sideways. It is going sideways here a little bit. You know, you are creating lower highs, obviously. You know, the downtrend is, you know, looks... You are creating consistent lower highs, basically, right? So it is in a downtrend, no doubt about it. It is quite corrective. But the lows are being tested several times, and it's kind of holding, right? Every single low that was tested since the low created on the 3rd of January got a really nice bounce, right? You can see here, big bounce here formed from this low. Look at the bounce. You test the low, bang, epic bounce here on Solana. What happened on that next low that was not even tested here, right? Let's get this low right over there. What happened with that low? Yeah, that low got an epic bounce as well, right? It did get an epic bounce. Very instant, very quick. Now, what happens with this low right over here? We are just about not even that. Just about less than $2 away in testing this low right over here. I would like to see that low tested, guys. I mean, if you want to get into a possible long, you know, you would have to test that low here from the 8th of January. And that could be a level where you could get an epic bounce. I would take it as a scalp day trade based on major lower highs. You know, you're probably going to continue with another lower high right there. And it's a relatively nice bounce. You could get a nice move here of 6, 7, 8%. And I would speculate on that long position, actually. You know, I am going to set some alerts here at that level because I like the lows. The lows are being tested. You know, this kind of $85 range is a massive, massive level of support by the looks of things based on the price action from the last 2 weeks. You know, this $85, $86 range, it's kind of getting epic bounces. So it is holding. It is holding, and it's definitely worth the chance to see if this low of the 8th of January is just going to be tested again, just like we did during the last 2 weeks. You're kind of testing some lows in this range and getting a pretty nice bounce. I mean, you could get into a really nice trade here. You know, you're moving 5-6% to the upside. You know, with a bit of leverage, you know, you can make some really, really nice gains. So I'm going to be setting some alerts here at the lows, see if we are going to test this low in, you know, maybe in between today and tomorrow, right? I'm going to set 2 alerts right there to possibly get into a long setup only if we do recover after testing the low, because you might just break through this level. And obviously, I'm not interested in a long position just yet here. We would have to get into a range, right? Like I mentioned here just a few minutes ago, this $80 level, we should be going sideways for a few days for me to be confident that, you know, Solana is holding and we're going to get an epic bounce. Altcoin John, how are you doing, my man? Thanks for joining the stream. Take a look at Altcoin John, guys. He talks about altcoins every single day on his channel. Check him out. He talks about many meme coins, DeFi. Check him out. You got him in the comment section. Altcoin John. Let's go. The real Altcoin John in the chat. Yes, it is him. Yes, it is him. Let's continue. Andy, check Litecoin brother. Just watch the whole ad for you. No skip. It's about time we get YouTube Premium, right? If you don't want to take a look at the ads. Let's take a look at Litecoin here for my man that's looked, he watched an ad just to, come on the live stream. So come on, yeah, we need to take a look at altcoin John, I was going to say. We're going to need to take a look at Litecoin. Yeah, this is a bit, let's go to the higher time frames, analyze this situation. I mean, we formed a little bit of a kind of a ascending wedge scenario right there. You could say it's a bearish, channel. It's a bearish flag right after this major drop, and it broke to the downside. What is interesting about this, that this higher low support did get resistance, right? You got those higher lows here on Litecoin. It was an ascending channel. It was a bearish flag, if you wish, from this movement to the downside. And the level where it got resistance was actually at the higher low support trend line. Yes, it's most of the times it's not really an exact level. Got a bit of volatility here on the lower time frames, and then you starting to get a major drop. It ain't looking too great, to be honest. Litecoin ain't looking great. You got a major big drop after trying to hold this higher low support. It was a very explosive move. You got obviously a big kind of V-shaped recovery, and I mean, I love this. Look how cheeky the market makers are. Just imagine how amount of shorts probably getting into here, or getting into the dead cat bounce, right? Thinking that this is the top, we're going to roll down to the lows where I'm going to take profit, and then you get a massive V-shaped recovery to the start of where the drop happened, creating a swing failure pattern. I mean, the market makers are really cheeky. They are cheeky. They are cheeky. They are taking the money off your pockets. So this is obviously, the kind of strategies that you want to take a look at, right? They come to the absolute beginning of the drop that happened here with some intense volume, right? Most of the traders would think, okay, this is going to get a bounce, dead cat bounce. We should be acting as resistance right there. I mean, which we did. This low right there did act as resistance. It got a major drop, but then got an epic V-shaped recovery into a swing failure pattern here in the case of Litecoin at $75, the start of the drop from the 2nd of January. Look at this. I mean, no doubt that this is a good short based on a swing failure pattern from the high of the start of the drop, right? Not because it's on the chart, it's just because it's a good trading setup. You're testing that high, you have higher low support, okay, turning into resistance, and it was a good short. So that's what's happened here based on this movement to the downside. For me, it's pretty obvious that Litecoin should be getting some more downside here in the next coming days. It's looking quite bearish for the moment. This ascending channel has been broken, and after an ascending channel of higher lows and higher highs that have been broken and tested here and created a lower low, then you're looking for a lower high to be created right there. And very likely for these lows from the 3rd of January to be tested at some point, right? Question is, okay, you are calling that this low is going to be taken, right? Maybe in the coming days. I am going to enter a short position here. The answer is no. No shorts to be taken at this level. It's dropping already. Where would your stop loss be? You could get one more recovery here, bang, claim that high, and then get a movement to the downside finally to get those lows. So this ain't a shorting level as we're dropping already here. It would be absolutely epic if the price manages to get one more leg up. My goodness, this is a definitely good short position. If we were to come back up here to this high right there and form the same scenario, that is definitely going to be an epic short position. Lose that low, bang, then you are in a pretty good trade. looking for a possible, you know, drop for the lows of the 3rd of January to be hit finally. So that is what I would be waiting. If you're not in that short already from this swing failure pattern, you know, based on the start of the drop of the 2nd of January, this right now would be not a level to get into a short, to be honest. Either a long, because maybe this was the high and you are going to come down here in the next coming days. But pay attention. Even I would like to see this high. Maybe this high is going to be claimed, and you could get, you know, a swing failure pattern based on this high. You know, this is also a good level to get into a short if you get that leg up, right? And you're aiming for the, you know, higher lows here next to take some profits, protect position from stop loss. You know, Litecoin, I like $72. The lower highs that have been created during the last couple of days. That would be a good short entry. Right now, I wouldn't do anything. You got some lows here that could potentially be claimed, right, in between today and tomorrow. You're in the middle of an area of highs and lows. So until these highs or these lows are claimed, I would not be interested in any trade on Litecoin. I like these lows here from Thursday. You could be using those lows for a swing failure pattern based on a back test from these lows created on the 21st of November. It is a bit rangy, but this is what it's all about, guys. It's all about testing some lows and getting the bounce, testing some lower highs and getting the rejection. So, you know, you need to pay attention to these highs and lows where the price could get that rejection or that bounce. But overall, mid time frame, yeah, I'm looking for Litecoin to finally claim those lows of the 3rd of January. You could come back up, then come back down. You could actually just roll down from here. We did break, you know, this uptrend structure from October till December. January it got broken. So yeah, market structure, you know, you are looking for a lower high here and a possible new lower low in the next coming days, give or take maybe a week or two. Right, just a little bit of basic information here. Let's go right away through the super chat. Pulsechain up, bear market in 3, 2, 1. Pulsechain is up. Hex, you know what, guys? I did actually buy a bunch of Hex. I have no idea what the price of Hex is doing. But I bought at the 0.0049 cents. Let's just take a look at that Hex right away. Oh, I'm actually in profit. I'm actually pretty nicely in profit. I bought some Hex right over here during just a few weeks ago. Bought round about the 5.005 cent. It's actually almost 2x'd since I bought some Hex here in December. I liked it, you know. I told it. I wasn't ashamed. I'm almost ashamed of buying Hex, but I said, hey, pump in this formation. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy some Hex here right away. Why not? Just for pure speculation. Got a little bit of a drop, then a big rise. Should I sell my Hex at almost a 2x, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Or just hold it. Anyway, super chatos, let's go right away. Thanks, guys, for the super chat. Let's take a look here at Jamie. Philip, I can see you also around in the comment section. AVAX, Philip wants me to take a look at AVAX. Let's take a look at AVAX after the super chats, guys. Let's take a look at Jamie here. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Easy Andy, what's up? Dude, I'm knee deep in say from 60 cent. Any thoughts? Right, let's take a look at say. So you like in the red on say. Let's take a look at say right away, guys. Yeah, I mean, say I think is this the Japanese blockchain project that was going to be insanely revolutionary? I mean, this did massive 10x, okay, during you know, November, December. It did rally like crazy. I don't like this. This is very much a parabolic kind of structure, and it ain't looking too great at the moment. So I would, in my personal opinion, I would stay away from this, knowing that we could get much deeper pullbacks on Bitcoin in the coming weeks and months. You know, yeah, I do see Bitcoin probably getting a pullback in the coming weeks, guys, down to the low $30,000. You know, it's about time to get a decent pullback. We hit a major high time frame resistance level. This ain't gonna be a surprise for me. This is just, it kind of needs to happen, right? So when we do, you know, if that were to be the case in Bitcoin, right, for the next coming weeks, right, say February and March, just, you know, before the halving, you know, get a bit of a scary pullback here, I would be very much aware, you know, a lot of the altcoins that I've pumped like crazy, you know, are just going to likely follow through here in a very, very, very bad, you know, pullback that is going to make more than a 50%, 60% drop, right? So take a look at 𝗖. I am deep in 𝗖 from 60 cents. That is my thought over here. You know, it's to be honest, you will likely see much cheaper levels to buy in the coming months. I have to say, I mean, I do see 𝗖 having a major pullback down to not only 50 cents, even 40 cents possibly in the coming weeks. Would I be worried? You know, if you strongly believe in this blockchain project, I would just say hold some, buy some more. You know, it's not worth, if you bought here and it does this, oh, I'm going to sell because it could go to lower levels, and then it finds a base and it starts pumping, right, during the end of 2024. If you strongly believe in this, you know, I was buying crypto like crazy back in 2018, 2019. I got in a very good moment, but I understood the market cycle. You know, I knew that the projection of breaking all-time high in between 2020 and 2021 was going to happen. So I didn't care about buying, you know, Bitcoin at 6,000, 8,000, 10,000, you know, 5,000, 12,000. It didn't really matter for me. So if you strongly believe in this project, you know, the best thing that you can do, you probably entered a little late. Could we hold this level and get an epic bounce? Maybe yes. It ain't looking too good. It had a parabolic move for the last few months, and it ain't looking too great, right? This is kind of a level where also smart money is getting out, and they're likely going to dump for the next coming weeks and months, right? It's just how a chart works. Parabolic move, big correction, dead cat bounce to the 618 Fibonacci, down we go to much lower levels. You know, it's just how the market moves, right? Look at that touch to the 618 Fibonacci. It's just extremely technical. Bang, just right there. You know, parabolic move, the epic drop of, you know, 20-30%. That signals get out on the dead cat bounce, guys, after such a major corrective move. And then, you know, then you're coming back down to test the lows. Yeah, no doubt that you right now could be forming a little bit of a descending triangle here in the next coming weeks, till you actually get the final breakdown in the consolidation and then start the rise, right? This is basically what happened to Bitcoin back in 2018. Could that be the case on this altcoin? Very much possible. I mean, it is testing the low, so it is definitely possible that we could get that bounce right now, right? You do have a solid base where we have been bouncing during the last couple of weeks right there, which is round about where we at now, right? 55, 60 cent level. Got a few little bounces there here. So, you know, you could get that bounce and form a bit of a descending triangle. I would personally get out here if we do have a pretty nice bounce. I don't see this going to all-time high, right, in the next coming weeks. It's just not. After such a major rally, you know, it's just unlikely to happen. It's unlikely to happen. Let's leave it that way. But this does not mean that you need to get out now at 60 cents. You know, if you strongly believe in the project, you know, just be happy to accumulate if it does get a drop to 50, 40 cents. Just be happy to buy cheaper. If you strongly believe in this project, I have no idea about 𝗖. I did not do any research, so I mean, that's my personal opinion on 𝗖, Jamie. Let's go right away with the next super chatos. RH Max, how are you doing, my man? Thanks for the super chat. Hey, Andy, what do you think of Pulsechain staying green and doing these massive numbers for weeks while the rest of crypto is red? Like I think Moonboot Boy, or was it Mark Dirch? Yeah, Mark Dirch saying, hey, Pulsechain in the green, Hex is also kind of a bit of a signal of, it's kind of a topping signal, right? We didn't have Pulsechain back on the previous cycle top, but we did have Hex, right? So it's kind of the last rally in the short time frame for a little bit of more bearish price action for the coming months. So even though if Pulsechain is up, I do think it's going to get a corrective move. Very likely, and it's kind of a bit of a topping signal, right? It's done pretty well here during the last few weeks. It's done pretty well. Got a relatively nice pumpy action. Hex and Pulsechain have their own life. They kind of out of the crypto narrative of if Bitcoin pumps, then altcoins should follow. If Bitcoin drops, then altcoins are likely to follow. Hex, Pulsechain, they've kind of got their own life inside of the crypto market. So it's not really much of a of an indicator. I would be a little bit worried if Hex Pulsechain starts pumping quite aggressively, because they will likely end up in a topping in a top. Right, let's continue with the comment section, guys. But overall, Andy, would you speculate long CTSI now after yesterday's 50% pump? Let's go right away with CTSI. I mean, this. Okay, you got an epic bounce here, big epic corrective move, descending wedge breakout. Just yesterday, basically, broke out from the wedge, lower high resistance, He got an epic drop. It got a big pullback, and my goodness, I mean, it's just to the exact cent. It got this resistance flip into support to the exact cent. Absolutely nuts. Descending wedge breakout. Look at this drop. This happened at 8 o'clock in the morning today, going down to 22 cents and a major rise to 30 cents. It did get an epic bounce today of 30%. What can I say? I mean, this ain't an easy long position. Let's see if it does have confluence, this resistance support flip with some Fibonacci levels. Oh, it was just slightly off from the 618. Imagine hitting the 618 and this resistance support flip. I mean, it's an extremely technical move right there. Would I long right now after this major drop and major pump from yesterday? What usually happens with these altcoins that have a sudden pump like this, they usually take the highs. People are willing to short a major rise. Okay, and there's massive amounts of liquidity above this high. What usually happens, okay, with my experience, what usually happens when a major altcoin gets a significant rally, the highs are taken. Highs are taken at some point. It was almost taken today with this rise, but then you get those people that are longing, right? People longing, expecting the highs to be taken. And then you get a major corrective move right there. Like, you get people longing. Okay, those highs are going to be taken. And then, whoop, you get a little bit of a pullback here, getting those, basically the shorts or the longs, in a loss. Those late longs, they're expecting the highs to be taken. But, yeah, no doubt. In my personal opinion, based on altcoins, this high is likely going to be taken in the coming days on CTSI. We're talking about the 31 cent level. If you are long in here, the best case to get into a long for CTSI here is looking for these local resistance, lower high support flips. in this case, it looks pretty good. We're going sideways, and it does look pretty good. You know, you got a high right there, you got the higher low. This didn't manage to hit this high. A good long setup, to be honest, would be coming down to claim these lows from today and managing to get above it. Claim that low and then get the rise. You know, this would be to have good risk management. Take that low, stop loss here, and you are looking for the rise. If you rise here and then come back down, you get stopped out at break even. You're looking for the low right there, or this low over here, to be taken to get into the long position, right? We should, has been a volatile crypto during the last couple of days. Volatility is likely to continue. You know, I do see this one actually taking the highs from yesterday at some point. It's just a classic, you know, any altcoin that has been pumping like crazy during the last few weeks, right? Say November or December, or, you know, first few weeks of January. When you do take a look at the chart, you can say any coin, right? Say 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕, for example. 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 has been, you know, pumping like crazy during the last few weeks. And when you do take a look at 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕, after such a significant rise and then a major drop, right? You know, it's let's go on the daily chart here, or 4-hourly chart. Zoom out. When you have a significant pump like this and a pretty decent pullback, I mean, those highs are usually taken. They are usually taken. Let's take a look at another coin. I don't know, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, MOVR, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏, for example. You know, on lower time frames, you get a major rise, right? Looking at the 1-hourly time frame, major pumpy action, you know, corrective move. You're looking for the highs to be taken, you know, and don't get me wrong here, CTSI, I mean, pump has been quite crazy. It has been a quite crazy pump, but yeah, I mean, it does look like that one more leg up here. And you know what would be an epic short position is claiming that high from yesterday and failing to break out, because it's just going to be a liquidity grab from people that are shorting already. A lot of people shorting right there. It's just going to be a bang, bang, and then you're looking possibly to get a major corrective move here on CTSI after claiming yesterday's highs. But yeah, I would say, you know, I would say that those highs will be taken on CTSI. If you want to get into long positions, I mean, make sure to manage risk. The best scenario, I mean, look at this beautiful resistance support flip. Obviously, that 22-23 cent level was the moment to long today, just based on a resistance support flip. If you want to get into a long, I would wait for those lows to be claimed. Okay, either these lows right there. I mean, this was the level to long. You got beautiful consolidation, double bottom right there on the lower time frames, you know, making that resistance support flip. I mean, this was the moment to long based on this sideways action. You know, would I long from here? I would go a little bit more technical. You know, if you know, we are having some demand right there. We are forming a little bit of an ascending triangle inside of this zone here during the last few hours. So you got a major resistance right there. You could get a pullback right there. I mean, could you get a higher low support right now, as we have been doing during the last few hours? You could speculate on that. You could speculate on a long here, but managing risk to see if we are going to get that breakout from this resistance zone at 25 cents, 25.7 cents. Ain't looking bad. You know, overall looking for those highs to be taken possibly in the coming days. So I would say yes, you know, CTSI likely to take that 31 cent at some point. Legends been here over an hour at the moment. Try to go through a lot of the different comments that I do have in the comment section. I will be back. Make sure to take a look at the beginning of the live stream where we do go through the levels here on Bitcoin. Will we manage to get a rise before hitting the lows from Friday, or are we going to get that low taken here in the next coming hours? We are having some bullish CVD divergence. We are consolidating. Will the low be taken? Get a major drop? Will we swing failure pattern? it's all about reacting, guys, to the chart on what happens, right? If we do recover, I would be willing to get into a long with good risk management. We do know that we have a lot of liquidity above $42,000 that could be claimed after taking that low from Friday. Maybe we're not going to take the low from Friday. You get the deal, guys. Manage your risk very, very well. Subscribe to the channel because there will be a video update, live stream, going through analysis on some altcoins, on Bitcoin in general. You get the deal. I'll be getting ready some cool stuff on tomorrow's live stream. Some interesting data, going through the possibilities on higher time frame. Could we recover in this, bull, bear market, little bit of a bear market, that we're going to have possibly in the coming weeks? Is an all-time high realistic for end of 2024 and 2025? We're going to get some higher time frames, technical analysis and data to take a look at the high probability scenarios here and what levels could hold as support, what levels could hold as resistance, right? I mean, we've been screaming for this level for resistance, guys. I sold a Bitcoin here. I got into a short position. Obviously, that short was closed, over a week ago because I'm more of a day trader. But this level, we were screaming for this level here to get a major rejection. I'm sure other people did as well, but it was just so technical that this, $48,000 to $49,000 was likely going to get a rejection. Guys, thank you very much for joining the live stream, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember, you do have those links to sign up on Bybit. If you cannot trade on Bybit, you have other links here: BingX, BITFLEX, 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓. They're also great platforms to trade on. That is if you cannot use Bybit. Thank you, legends. That's another good way to support the channel. You are going to see me every single day here doing live streams and daily updates on levels and possible trading setups where you can take advantage of the market. Thank you, legends, and I will see you tomorrow.